So my name's Virgo. I'm the author of Stand Tall Little Girl and a mental health advocate. I developed anorexia when I was around 12 years old and lived with the anorexia for about 4 or 5 years, kind of keeping it secret from everyone around me. And it was like having this constant best friend in my head all the time, telling me what I should and shouldn't be doing, giving me this reassurance and value and everything that I kind of wanted out of life. And then when I turned 17, my family found out and I spent kind of 6 months in and out of child services. And then eventually my heart nearly stopped and I was admitted to a mental health hospital where I then spent the next year recovering, so learning about food, learning about exercise and learning to talk about how I really felt. Since being discharged from hospital, I've pretty much managed my recovery ever since, so kind of learnt to navigate different scenarios, so from university to then getting a job and then travelling and kind of learning what I needed to do to stay well. And throughout that whole kind of 10, 11-year period since I got discharged, I've only had one relapse, which was back in 2016. And because I wasn't able to get any support in that relapse through the NHS, I ended up actually kind of pulling on my own support network and managed to get over the relapse on my own with no therapy and kind of just going back to the basics of my recovery. When I first developed anorexia, no one really knew what was going on and no one fully understood it, so I didn't feel able to talk to my friends or family about it, particularly when I went into hospital. I think a huge thing for me was the fact that I didn't think I looked like I had an eating disorder. I didn't think I looked like someone who was anorexic. So I think in that sense, I really struggled to open up about it. But when I went to university, within kind of the first couple of days, I ended up talking to the people that I lived with about it, mainly because I was quite regimented in my eating throughout the day and I only ate my cereal out of this one cereal bowl that I'd taken from the hospital. And I kind of wanted them all to know that actually I wasn't really weird, I just had some kind of little things that I had to do every day to keep going. And then I think since then they have been supportive in very different ways. They've definitely noticed a change in me since being at university to the last couple of years. And probably the most supportive was when I relapsed, and one of my best friends, Nikki, actually confronted me on the fact that I'd lost quite a bit of weight, and she asked whether I was calorie counting and was quite direct in kind of that conversation with me. And off the back of that, she actually supported me very well. She kind of would ask me where I wanted to go for dinner if we were having meals out with our uni friends, and she'd check in with me every now and again just to see if I was okay. I think the thing with eating disorders is the weight and the calorie counting is kind of like the secondary problem, and you have this other problem in your head that you can't control, and it's about control and emotion, all of that other stuff. So having their understanding around all of that was really helpful as well. For me, Let's Talk means basically talking about exactly how I feel whenever I need to talk to someone. So whether that's sending a message to someone saying I'm having a really bad day, or sitting down with friends and telling them. For me, it's really important to talk about how I feel, and even if I know the person can't fix the problem, it's still crucial that I do it, because otherwise I have a tendency to start calorie counting again or feel the need to kind of skip meals or over-exercise. And so for me, it's crucial in my recovery to actually have those people around me. And I think as individuals, we should all have a group of people that we trust and we feel accountable to, who can not only kind of be people that we offload onto, but also people that can help challenge us in our recoveries and with our mental health. So for me, it's about having people like my mum and my boyfriend who, when I'm having a bad day, they will support me with that. But then when I'm having a good day, they'll say to me, actually, you should have something different off the menu, or you should try and do this. And actually feeling able to do that and then talk about how it made me feel afterwards.